Before I ask you how we get God back into the center of our lives and our culture, I want to ask your assessment on our culture today and God's role in it for individual people and for society-wide. How do you look at it today?
Well, I'm looking at America right now as the product or result of efforts and initiatives began literally a generation ago. I can remember when I was a kid, I'm much older than you, we had prayer in school in the early 60s, and then it was eliminated. And evolution began being taught in the schools, first as a theory, now it's being taught as a fact. So now we have a generation of those who matriculated under that teaching, under those discourses, who really believe that man is just a glorified animal. As a result, there is no higher power or no higher moral power that we have to give an account to, that everyone does. You know, there was a scripture in the Bible that talked about every man doing what is right in his own eyes. And so what we're seeing is the result of a society that has had a conscious effort to eliminate God from our decision-making processes. And that's where we are. Now, there is a remnant. There's always going to be a remnant of the people of God who have not rejected God, have not rejected the higher morality that comes from a moral God. And so, you know, we're fighting a battle right now. There's a battle, you know, not necessarily between the red and the blue, not necessarily between Democrats and Republicans or science and faith. It's a battle between good and evil, and a battle between right and wrong. God is the God of right and wrong. God is the God of law and order. And he establishes moral principles and precepts. And you say, well, where do we get these from? If we believe that there is God, we believe that this God that we believe in is the God of the Bible. So we go to the Bible, which is his word, to receive our instructions in faith and practice and in morality and in our dealing with our fellow man. And so when they try to eliminate God from America and the Bible from America, they're trying to take away any standards so that they can implement new standards.
Yeah, I was just saying, if we do that, then we're just flying blind. We're just winging it, flying blind, and doing our own thing. What are, on that point, what are kids told today about God? Who is this God that people have made up as opposed to the God who is? And that can either be what they're explicitly told or the messaging that they receive in our culture.
Well, the messaging makes this a godless society. God is looked at as a mythological figure, or the God of the Bible is not looked at as the God. He's looked at as one of many gods, and that anyone can be subjective in their understanding of God. You can worship what you believe to be God, and it's okay. That is your truth, and no one can deny it. And that's a slippery slope to go down, and it's actually just a falsehood. And so children are taught not to receive and respect that there is one absolute God, the one true and living God, and that one true and living God is the God of the Bible. They're being taught these days that is not necessarily so, that there is you can have the God of your choice, the God of your persuasion, and whoever you decide God is, that's who God is to you. That's what they're being told.
That ends up being you. You end up being the God
if
you play that game. And we're also told, like, well, we all worship the same God. No, that's not true either.
Wow, that was deep and insightful. I want more of that. Like, subscribe, get more.